Meantime, we are loving this weather once again, right? It's like Goldilocks, they call it. Not too hot, not too cold.
Yeah.
Just right out there.
Just a few degrees shy of where we should be for this time of year, right around 84 degrees. But we're going to swing the pendulum the other direction. And you can already start to see that weather pattern change as Mount Hood is starting to be eclipsed by the cloud coverage that is increasing across our area. But overall, a very spectacular Tuesday evening with temperatures right around 80 degrees out towards PDX and a beautiful shot, of course, of Mount Hood out towards the Ridgefield area from our A-Lene camera. But you can see for the rest of the night, those clouds increasing as those temperatures slide back into the upper 60s just after midnight. Many of us up and down the I-5 corridor enjoying the low to mid 80s for us, 60s and 70s for the coastline, and just east of the Cascades also enjoying those mild conditions in the low 80s. All as we prepare for the clouds that are already starting to increase specifically along the coastline, eventually ending up into parts of the I-5 corridor as those onshore winds are helping to create downsloping conditions just east of the Cascades around the Mount Jefferson area. Red flag warnings in effect through 8 o'clock tonight as the dry, windy conditions are keeping that fire concern elevated. But all of us are expected to reduce that fire threat because of this trough of cooler, wetter air moving its way back into the Pacific Northwest. Unfortunately, it's short-lived. The window of opportunity really starts tonight through much of the day Wednesday before the ridge of high pressure brings back the summer heat by the weekend and taking us into much of next week, where afternoon highs likely climbing back up into the mid-90s. But hey, we get a shot at moisture tonight. The first few raindrops happening just before midnight for many of us out towards the western sections of our forecasting area, continuing for us as we work our way into Wednesday, and we will see that onshore flow keep the cloud coverage and the temperatures at bay as that cloud coverage slowly starts to break down and we start to return the sunshine as the heat begins to build. All right, let's time everything out. Those first few raindrops, this is when we expect to see them along the coastline, anywhere from about 9 o'clock tonight to 1 a.m. in the morning. The Portland, Vancouver metro area, anywhere from close to midnight all the way to 7 a.m. is when you will pick up on your first few raindrops. And further south, primarily south of Marion County, well, it's not until Wednesday afternoon, maybe an isolated raindrop or two, but hopefully putting an end to the over 2-week-long stretch of rain-free skies here in the Rose City. Last picking up about 1/10 of an inch on July 21st as August's rain deficit grows to nearly 1/10 of an inch. So rain accumulation, take these numbers with a grain of salt, maybe a couple of 1/100ths of an inch for us through the valley locations. Southwest Washington, more wet weather expected. And out along the coastline, that's where we could near almost a 1/2 inch of moisture. All falling in an area where we desperately need to see it as extreme drought finds its way back into the I-5 corridor, or I should say out towards the Blue Mountains. Just severe drought for us through the I-5 corridor as our temperatures tonight fall back into the mid-60s with increasing clouds. Here's what is taking shape for tomorrow across our area. Again, the valleys back up into the mid-70s for us, the coast, the 60s, Gorge, and the central sections of the Beaver State expected to get back up into the mid to upper 70s. As our 7-day forecast does paint a bit of a drying picture as early as Thursday, 75 degrees, mid-80s for us by the start of the weekend on Saturday, more sunshine in the mix. But look, we jump about 10 degrees back to the 90s for the end of the weekend and the start of next week. So the wet weather we could see tonight into tomorrow really setting the stage to hopefully reduce the fire threat when those temperatures get into the 90s.
Are you going to have a little party for that? Because it's.
I think so. It's a big deal.
We haven't had rain in a while. Okay.
August rain?
We'll have some cupcakes over in the Weather Center later.
Okay. We'll be right back.